Hello everyone, this is Aboorva, a legal intern in Lexcliq company. For today, I'm going to talk about feminist criminology and psychiatry. So, feminist criminology emerged in the late 1960s and the early 1970s. And this can be accredited to the second wave of feminism movement, which had helped in highlighting the issues which affected women with regard to crimes in the public domain. So, this issue of women and crime has been viewed and discussed mostly from the male perspective. However, feminist perspective in criminology have greatly impacted the understanding of female perpetrators and victims of crime. So, this relationship between criminology and feminism is infused with ample exploration of methods, policies, epistemology, and discipline. So, over the course of years, the scholars have time and again questioned the gender blind assumptions in the field of criminology so as to accommodate the experiences and the voices of women. So, women have put across varied arguments in the field of criminology which take into consideration a holistic point of view with regard to women being perpetrators and victims of crime. So, after decades of criminologist Lombroso's descriptions of female criminals being more masculine and biologically abnormal being rejected, the Indian courts have resurfaced with more gender-oriented reasons to condone them for the crimes they commit. So, this debate is relevant in as much as there's a widespread unrest and a vehement demand from the men's rights groups to punish women offenders once their offense is proved in the court of law. So, interestingly, feminists or more specifically feminist criminologists have never seen these sentencing disparities as a matter of celebration. So, female conformity to law and culture and complaint nature is oft supported by statistical evidence like NCRB in India that indicates low female criminality rate as compared to men. So, the argument gets its strength from describing women as biologically gentler, more passive, and emotional, and therefore criminal behavior becomes doubtly abnormal for women. So, while low rate of criminality in women is not an issue, the institutionalization of sex-based behavioral segregation is. I'm going to discuss this aspect of criminal responsibility when it comes to women because they present a narrative that only discuss the reasoning of courts to be gender roles oriented, so which is inadequate to address the deeper issue. So, the Supreme Court of India's take on women offenders have become a cause for furor in recent times. So, in the case of Nirmala Devi, for instance, the court awarded less punishment than prescribed for the offence in the law to a woman convict, so that she could take care of her familial duties as a mother. So, besides the obvious weightage given to gender roles of women in this matter, interestingly, the court also observed women are competing with men in the criminal world. So, they are evaluating them in all the crimes and even surpassing men at times. So, in the backdrop of the discussion about women and rationality elsewhere, it's clear that a guilty mind cannot be attributed to certain women. So, as per the popular criminological and psychological ideas, while popularly known as the battered women syndrome, feminist criminologists like Alison Young have argued that in order to qualify as perpetrators, women must be able to prove that they were victims first. So, many studies conducted by feminist scholars like Carlin, Nagel, and Wiedzum in the 70s and 80s period affirmed that women were being incarcerated more as punishment for being a deviant women they were than for the crimes they committed. So, with single mothers, sex workers, and women from poorer socio-economic background receives harsher sentences. So, interestingly, it is not only the courts and the lawmakers, women themselves have accepted the notion of being the passive sex and that violence and crime are against their nature. Then consider the Nirmala Devi case in the light now. So, the court in that case also stated that the women involved in terror activities cannot be condoned. They shall be treated at par with the male terrorists as far as sentencing is concerned. So, but why would women, many of whom are get into these terrorist groups due to varied socio-economic factors, also all of who belong to the same gender, not receive leniency in sentencing? If if gender indeed is no consideration for the purposes of sentencing, as reiterated by courts a lot of times, it shouldn't be selectively awarded to women who men see as conforming females. So this is not to downplay the importance of mitigating factors while giving sentences. So, but to make sure that there's at least no disparity in sentencing between women who from different socio-economic and cultural contexts merely because of some fit into this criteria of ideal womanhood and others are not. So there's a reason why a female criminal's socio-cultural background is often given a lot of weightage than a male offender. So, and it is definitely not a matter of celebration. Law breaking has become a normalized feature of exemplification of masculinity. So consider K.M. Snanavati's case, where a violent response from husband on discovery of his wife's infidelity was viewed as a normal behavior of a betrayed man by some people. So his vengeance was not legally justified but normalized nevertheless. So it is probably difficult to completely justify the argument in a limited space, but a reading of Allison's Young Imagining Crime can give the readers comprehensive understanding of this issue. So the author has discussed the essence of feminist jurisprudence in the context of criminal law and criminology, and is the one of the best books out there on female criminality and the myth making related to it. So that's it for today, friends. If you like my video, please subscribe to our channel and please be updated with our new videos. Thank you.